Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, Lead with Love. Lead with Love is the channel. So then it is Mercury retrograde. And have you heard of Mercury retrograde? Mercury retrograde. It's like everyone talks about Mercury retrograde, but then it's like, what is Mercury retrograde? I have a new laptop, but it's not touchscreen. So it's new, it's Apple, but you know what made my HP so much better? It was touchscreen. It was touchscreen, so it was easier to maneuver, and the operating system is completely different from Windows. So it's like I gotta get used to it, but it's fine. I will not drop whatever. Mercury retrograde. So then I did the Google Mercury retrograde. The final retrograde of 2023 is coming our way. The planet of communication. So Mercury is the planet of communication. That's how we get along. That's how we communicate with each other. Mercury will be moving backwards in retrograde motion from Capricorn to Sagittarius, starting from December 13 until January 2nd. This period urges us to perceive things as they are. So you see it. You see this shit for what it is. Don't try to act like it's something that it's not. Like you see whatever the hell is going on in your life, you see it for what it is. Don't try to be like, oh, it's not that. Like, no. See it for what it is. As they are, than how you want them to be. Like you could want things to be perfect, but nothing's perfect, and you gotta see it for what it is. Like this is what it is, and stop playing. What will Mercury retrograde affect in 2023? On today, today's the 15th. So this says today on December 13th, 2023, Mercury will turn retrograde in Sagittarius. So you can say it just started. Mercury retrograde just started December 13th. You will reorganize your workload during this Mercury retrograde. Missed communications can become a big issue in relationship. So that's talking with each other, that's getting along, that's whatever way you communicate. It could be miscommunications, because that's what the planet of Mercury is. It's communication. It could be emails, it could be texts, it could be voice notes, it could be whatever. It could just be straight talking. It's the way you communicate with each other. Mars, your ruling planet is in your corner, encouraging your spirit of adventure. I'm so used to touchscreen, but it's like it doesn't work. So it's just different. I gotta get used to this. But okay. Search for how does Mercury retrograde affect me? You can expect an increase in delays, frustrations, miscommunications, and even technological mishaps. When Mercury is in retrogrades, plans are rarely ever set in stone, so it's not the most ideal time to sign contracts or make life-altering decisions. What? Don't sign any contracts during this time. Technological mishaps. That's probably like with your phone, your email, text messages, anything that has technology. It could get messed up. Yeah, like my laptop broke. I gotta do something, but this is okay for now. Increase in delays. So if you're gonna be delayed, schedule more time, like leave earlier, because you already know you can be late and you don't want to be late. You're going to be frustrated. Miscommunications, that's like misunderstandings, and technological mishaps, like you're going to have issues with technology. So just make sure everything is going through the way you want it to. What not to do during Mercury retrograde. An exhaustive list of what not to do during Mercury retrograde. Hold off on signing contracts and making a big purchase. Be prepared for traffic and other travel mishaps. That means like it could just be delayed. So you just schedule accordingly. Like schedule yourself more time. Give yourself more time to get there. Avoid situation primed for misunderstandings. Don't rely on technology. Don't rely on technology and everything. Everything is the phone. Everything is fucking social media. Delete that you up. Delete that you up. You know, refrain from starting anything new. So don't start nothing new so that you don't regret it later. Hold off on signing contracts. Did I sign anything? I don't know. I don't know. Just be careful or think twice about doing things. Be prepared for travel. Yes, I was traveling yesterday and I had to schedule more time because it was going local instead of express, and it took me like an hour longer just to get there, or half an hour longer. Avoid situations prime for misunderstandings. So it's like just take your time with things. Calm down. Calm down. Don't get mad. And don't rely on technology. That's true, because I was trying to do this thing with the car, and then the technology wasn't going through, and I used my phone, I used the laptop, I used the phone again, and then it just wasn't working. I had to find another way to get it done. Still, but technology was a pain. Anyway, and refrain from starting anything new. That means don't start anything new. Like just wait till Mercury retrograde is over before, you know, because it could just mess up things and you don't even know why they're getting messed up, and then it's because Mercury's in retrograde. It sounds stupid, but you know, the planetary movements, it affects everything. What to avoid during Mercury retrograde 2023. Astrologers famously advised against making big purchases or electronics. I wanted to get a laptop. That's gonna be my big purchase, is the laptop, and I'm just not gonna get it. That would be my big purchase because it would be over 1,000, and I'm like, I don't want to spend the money. So I'm using my son's laptop. So he has another laptop, but I don't want to spend the money. That's what it is. I want a phone. I don't want to spend the money on a phone. So it's just hold off on making purchases during Mercury retrograde. Gas says, but if there's a purchase you have been itching to make for a long time, you now could be a good time to reconsider purchasing it. So it's my phone, so I'm gonna just repair my old phone. I'm not buying an iPhone. Like, no, I'll just be without it. Who gets affected by Mercury retrograde? The last Mercury retrograde of 2023, what it means for your zodiac sign: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. If you're one of these cardinal sun signs, the retrograde might bring more stress about money and relationships. It's tied to how you see your value, and you might even think about changing jobs or career paths. Who gets affected? So the people that are going to get affected the most are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. You might even think about changing jobs or career paths. Okay. What does Mercury retrograde affect? Emotions. Emotions. Like, let's see. For example, some claim that during this period of retrograde movement, it is easier for us to become more irritable, unfocused, prone to misunderstandings and conflicts, and even experience mental health issues such as depression or anxiety. Wow, just because the planetary movement of Mercury is in retrograde, that means it's going backwards now. So people can be irritable, unfocused, like you can't get your mind right. Misunderstandings, conflicts, that's arguing, fighting, you're just not getting along. Like, oh my God. But it's like you just gotta stay calm, and you're gonna be all right. You're gonna get past it. It's only until January 2nd. It's gonna pass. It's gonna go away. It's gonna take time. But I think the easiest thing to do is to just stay calm and think twice before you sign anything. Give yourself time to travel because there can be delays, technology, mishaps, you know? Why do so many bad things happen during Mercury retrograde? Whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, poor communication can lead to hurt feelings, frustration, and arguments. A Mercury retrograde makes these setbacks more likely, as it is a time when messages can get lost in translation. So it's like a big issue with communication because a lot of times the technology mishaps, and sometimes you could think that you're sending a message and the message doesn't get sent, or I don't know. It's like you just gotta calm down because Mercury retrograde is gonna make you upset. You're gonna be frustrated, arguing, all this stuff. It's just crazy, and it's a spiritual thing. It's not. You won't understand it because you can't see it. So it's just Mercury is in retrograde, and all this stuff starts happening, and you don't understand why, and it's because Mercury is in retrograde. What does retrograde mean spiritually? Retrograde spin the energy inward. Retrograde spins the energy inward. So is it like your feelings from within? With Mercury, our communication begins to flow inwardly instead of outwardly. This allows for deeper access to our heart, our intuition, and our inner compass. Spend time journaling, pulling cards, and inner workings of your mind. Pulling cards, that's like tarot. Like, just pull some cards and see what you get. Journaling, like, write things down. Take some time, just write it down. Your heart and your intuition, that's like going within yourself instead of everything that's around you. Like, just take some time and go within yourself and figure it out, you know? It's a lot of stuff here. All I did was Google Mercury retrograde 2023, and then it just came all this stuff, spiritual gangsta. What are the physical symptoms of Mercury retrograde? Many astrologers believe that Mercury retrograde can also contribute to physical symptoms, including increased anxiety, brain fog, things are just not clear, tiredness, and headaches, with the severity of symptoms dependent on how well you handle the astrological event. You know, it's like you just gotta stay calm. Like, just stay calm, just get through it. It's gonna be over January 2nd, but since December 13th, Mercury has been in retrograde, and things are gonna get crazy. Not crazy, they're just gonna be different. You gotta pay attention to the stuff, the delays, technology, the mishaps, the miscommunication. Just stay calm so that it won't affect you as bad. What is the best thing to do during Mercury retrograde? That being said, here are some magical tips to help us survive and thrive during Mercury retrograde. Okay. Add citrus to your routine. Citrus, that's lemon, limes, oranges. Breathe in some lavender. Okay. Journal your feelings. It's like, just write. Just take some time out and write. Acknowledge your past. The past. It's like the past is the past, and you want to get past it. So you do have to acknowledge it. So even if you had blocked it out, you have to acknowledge it and just let it go. Move forward, you know, but you have to acknowledge it. Can't hide it forever. Try a hint of mint is another one. Connect with your inner child. Light some candles. Like, I love candles. I like candles all the time. And technology. Cleanse with crystals. So, like, cleanse your stuff with crystals. Like, what? Technology. It's the phone, because everybody has a phone. And we're always on the phones, the internet, social media. It's like, it's just such a big thing, you know? Here's another one. Can good things happen during Mercury retrograde? Reconnect with people you've lost touch with. Another one of the benefits of Mercury retrograde is that it can have a boomerang effect on bringing people back to you with whom you've lost touch. What? Like what? Say what now? Oh my god. Like, okay. What happens after Mercury retrograde ends? Just as there's a pre-retrograde shadow period, once the Mercury retrograde has finished, we also come into a period known as the post-Mercury retrograde shadow or retro shade. This refers to a planet's retrograde shadow period, something that happens both before and after retrograde itself. I'm gonna cut this short because all I did was I just Googled Mercury retrograde 2023, and then once you go into it, it's gonna have like a whole, can you see it? It has like a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of questions, and then you click on it and then you have all these answers. I'm not gonna go into everything, but Mercury retrograde is a big deal and it happens several times within a year. So this one is the last Mercury retrograde of 2023, and it's going to affect us. It's going to affect technology. It's going to affect your communication with people. It's going to bring people from the past. It's going to just have all this stuff. December 13th until January 2nd, the period urges us to perceive things as they are rather than how you want them to be. So it's like you see it for what it is. This is what it is, and you have to accept it and move forward. Like, okay, like this is what it is, all right, and you move forward. Miscommunications, frustrations, delays, like those, that's the biggest thing about Mercury retrograde is the miscommunication, the delays when you make plans and you think you're going to get there in 20 minutes and you end up being like 45 minutes late. You know, so just schedule accordingly. Give yourself more time to travel, technology, emails, texting, all that. Just make sure it went through, because it might not go through. You won't know because Mercury is in retrograde and things are just going to get messed up. The cable, like, just stuff is going to get messed up. The internet, the Wi-Fi, it's just like, oh my God. But just stay calm. Just stay calm. It's gonna be over by January 2nd. But that is pretty much it. But everything that I did talk about, it's on Google. You can Google it. Mercury retrograde 2023. It has all of the questions and answers. Just check it out. If you want to know what Mercury in retrograde is, just Google it. Check it out. Always lead with love, stay positive, vibe high. I'll see you later. Bye.